Featherstone Castle, an impressive and picturesque country house whose oldest parts date back to the 14th century, is the setting of a gory medieval ghost story, a tale of love, battle and sorrow. Light a candle, dim the lights. Let's open the case. Featherstone Castle itself is located close to Hadrian's Wall, near a town called Holtwhistle, which is a small town in the county of Northumberland, England. Many hundreds of years ago, the Baron of Featherstone Castle arranged a marriage between his daughter, Abigail Featherstone Howe, and a man from a noble house. However, the Baron's daughter did not love this man. Instead, her heart yearned for another. Despite Abigail's feelings and her attempts to avoid the wedding, due to her father's power and influence, on the 17th of January, the marriage ceremony took place at Featherstone Castle. It was a bright and pleasant day, but when Abigail said, "I do," she was thinking of another man, a local boy named Ridley, whom she truly loved. As was tradition, following the ceremony, the wedding party were to embark upon a hunting expedition within the magnificent grounds of Featherstone Castle. A lavish banquet was to be held on the evening of the wedding, and so the Baron decided to stay behind to oversee the preparations. The party headed out and were expected to return after a couple of hours, hopefully with more game to add to the feast. Yet, Abigail's true love, Ridley, could not allow this marriage ceremony to be a success. He wanted a future with Abigail and was willing to secure this future by any means necessary. When the hunting party entered a densely wooded area called Pinkin Clough, they were ambushed by a group of men led by Ridley. The aim of the ambush was to kidnap Abigail from her arranged marriage and to kill her new husband. A huge, brutal battle ensued. The two sides charged at each other, and the ringing of swords echoed around the woods, as did the screams of pain. After a short while, many from both sides lay dead amongst the dry, blood-stained leaves. Abigail, who had hidden for her own safety, decided to come out of hiding, and was horrified when she saw the countless bodies lying on the floor. Looking around the wooded area, the groom saw that everyone lay dead, except for the leader of the ambushers, Ridley. The groom rushed towards him, his heavy sword pointing directly at his rival. After a short fight, Abigail's husband had the upper hand and bested Abigail's true love, wounding him. The groom thrust his sword towards the dying Ridley, but to both men's horror, Abigail threw herself upon the cold, blood-stained steel. The groom watched on as the life left his new wife's eyes. Her body slid from the sword and hit the ground with a loud thud. Ridley succumbed to his wounds very shortly after. The groom, now a widower, was the sole survivor of the battle which had commenced on his wedding day. He looked around the forested area and, seeing the disfigured faces and bodies of the people whom he called friends and family mere moments ago, a sorrow began to take hold and creep into his heart. In a moment of grief, the groom took out his hunting knife and stabbed himself in the heart to join the many dead. Meanwhile, back at Featherstone Castle, Abigail's father, the Baron, waited patiently for the party to return. After a few hours had passed, he began to worry and decided to send servants out to search for his daughter. Darkness began to fall, but still there were no sightings of the party. All the food was now stone cold, and panic had gripped the entire castle. As midnight approached, the concerned Baron, who was sitting alone in the hall, heard hustle and bustle outside. A sense of relief washed over him with the return of the wedding party. It was not the hunting party returning to the castle, but their battle-scarred ghosts. The Baron could see all their wounds from the battle earlier. Some of the spirits were missing their heads and limbs. To his horror, he saw his daughter, Abigail, who had a huge hole in her torso from her husband's blade. It is said that the wedding party visited the Baron every 17th of January, their screams and shouting echoing through the castle until he died a broken-hearted man. To this day, many people claim to have seen the ghosts of the hunting party every 17th of January, either riding back from Pinking Clough to Featherstone Castle, or in the hall, eating the feast they were denied by Ridley's ambush. Notably, the groom is absent from every account. As an addition to the ghostly tale, near to the castle, there is a stone called Ravenstone. This cup-shaped stone is believed to have caught some of Ridley's blood as he died. After the battle had ended abruptly, ravens descended upon the corpses of the fallen and drank Ridley's blood from the stone. It is reported that every 17th of January a huge flock of ravens gather around the stone and drink from it once more, before taking to the skies and flying to the castle, waiting for the ghostly hunting party to return. Thank you for watching Cases of Mystery and Myth. If you have enjoyed this short, gory ghost story, please like and subscribe, as you won't want to miss our next case.